Welcome back to the Dispensary Live, episode 16. Did you guys see the
Oh,
interaction?
Sweet 16.
It is Sweet 16. Nikki, Brandon on set. We got Blake,
No,
We're here.
JB.
We're still here.
we're
Yeah.
offset.
Christina. Everybody's in house.
Blaze and Blake.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop.
Did you
Hey,
say
Nikki.
that?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
thought
didn't
you
say
skipped-
Blaze.
Hey,
I
Will.
thought you skipped them.
Hey. Hey.
Hey,
Hey. What gets fish high?
what gets fish high?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Seaweed.
It's the dad joke of the day.
No, dad joke of the day. So earlier today, I went to go pick up 12 bees, thinking about doing this like whole homemade honey thing, right? All of a sudden, I'm like counting them because this guy charges a ridiculous amount for these bees, right? And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, so I pay for 12 bees. He puts all of a sudden, I'm counting, and I'm like, dude, there's like 13 bees in here. He's like, that's a freebie.
Freebie.
Mm.
There you go, everybody. Your other dad joke of the
All right,
day.
dad joke starting out.
All right, well, stand-up comedy is not our thing.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know. That's why I just do dad jokes.
Oh my god,
Brandon's gonna work on dad jokes now that he's a dad.
I'm terrible at it.
So there's actually a lot of hot topics to start out with, but we should start. We had a whole big feed of a lot of questions. Where do we want to start in that feed? Do you want to
let's
start?
see. Click
the
on them.
beginning,
Let's see
well,
what
duh.
let's see what the people what we got here.
We're gonna
There's some
start-
stuff that came in early, so we're just gonna answer people's questions like the email said we would.
Yeah, we want to come up.
Swinging. And we're going to
What's the
change
fir-
the podcast to 6 p.m. Central Time next time.
Is
Now that,
So
you know,
this about hemp or real strains. Let's conquer that real quick.
yes.
Hemp is real strains, and a lot of times the genetics and the breeding between the two strains will have different variables in the amount of THC that it contains. But you can spike THCA levels, which would actually be more potent than ones that just have normal traces of delta 9. Go ahead.
they're all cannabis.
I would like to.
They're
Yes.
all
I
cannabis.
would like to get rid of both of them and just say cannabis as well.
They are
They're
cannabis.
strains, and THCA is the same thing as what people want to call marijuana. So, yeah.
Cannabis
Alright.
sativa L, your hemp definition.
You know, for the people that hung around, we have to post time zones. So because we operate in different time zones,
That's what I
7
said.
p.m. CST.
I
So-
said 6 p.m. CST is
Oh,
when we're going to change to.
right. Next,
Central time. Central time.
yes. So we greatly apologize for those of you that stuck around. Thank you very much. Next show will be at 6 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. East Coast. That way it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
So that's bad on us. Then we had someone ask about if we are ever going to have anything that would not have THC in it for truckers.
CBD
Yes.
for
Yes.
truckers.
I mean, we're test driving or
Beta testing.
alpha testing. No.
Charlie testing.
Go into it a
Peanut
little
butter
bit.
cups
Hit the
right now
medical.
for edibles.
All right. So our
We
receptor
have
line.
did the receptor line.
Hit
Yeah.
the medical line for these guys.
Yeah, the medical receptor line, really cool. In beta testing so far, it's scoring like a 9 out of 10. The receptors in the replacement of that of THC, everybody is finding out that the results are amazing. And if you just go to the EYBNA webpage, check out the receptor line, it'll explain a lot. That is EYBNA.
But that's a THC free.
That
But
is a
we
THC.
will have it with a THC as well as a broad spec CBD combined with it,
Correct.
which contains no THC.
But it will be great because you have your choice for the people who can have THC in their system. You can go one way. And if you just want this pain relief throughout the day to even function without THC, then we have the THC free line. So
Yeah.
I like the medical line. I tried one of the small weird headache that day and it actually worked. I don't think there
You
was.
tried
I think
the
it was a
peanut butter
THC
cup
free
yet?
one. Actually, it might have been the peanut butter cup. I'm not really sure.
What about-
But either way, this new product line is good for THC free people. It is our medical line. EYBNA has like a really cool website. If you check it out, it's like really like interactive, and they'll show you exactly what receptors they hit. Do you know what they are? I know you know one.
all the receptors?
Yeah, like the
There's the it's the GABA, and it goes into where it is.
Yeah, there's TV1, 2, something. like-
TV1, TV2,
Yeah.
and there's the GABA receptors.
Mhm.
All this stuff outside your
Well,
endocannabinoid
our first
system.
rollout will be pain, and from there we'll go with focus and sleep, and see where
Correct.
that lands us.
So THC free products, actually just terpenes in general.
Yeah, terpenes.
That's a whole conversation to be had.
Trying to summarize and help the industry move forward. It is just cannabis, no matter how we look at it. And when we even talk, like people, we've talked about it on many shows previously, indica or sativa.
Terpenes.
Just the terpene profile, the entourage that comes with it, because especially on the edible side, when you are making distillates, you remove that indica or that sativa out of it, and you recreate it when you introduce the terpenes that are put back into it. So it's either created as hybrid or it's created as an indica, but it naturally just does not occur that way. And remember, many of these terpenes have references to just what people reacted to, because the medical science and research in America wasn't there. So it was based off people's opinions.
Yes.
That's what's really cool about IBNA is we're talking 30 years of medical research. Documented research. So that's really cool. So dig into the IBNA thing. Like we won't do a whole nother show on IBNA right now.
Well, we do have a podcast about the whole evening thing.
We do.
Well, we have some evening.
But we've been progressing even since that podcast with the receptor line.
Right.
Oh, I'm excited for
So let's start in Virginia.
Oh,
What do we
there's
got?
going
What do we
on
got?
the
What do we
screen.
got?
Explain THCA.
All right. So THCA
Precursor.
is a precursor to that of Delta 9. Oh, we got Anthony. Look at, here's an image. I like this image.
Yeah, we'll check out this.
So THCA being a precursor to Delta 9, what it is you have one extra oxygen molecule. Once you decarb it by applying heat, and as you can see on the
Usually
screen,
don't go over 210 degrees to decarb, but yeah.
real easy. When you smoke it, it burns off the extra oxygen molecule. It converts to Delta 9 is what your traditional smoking, or when people say traditional marijuana or the real stuff. So THCA, even if you go to states where it is legal, medical and or recreational, you look at THCA concentrations, and that will be the conversion to the Delta 9.
A lot of states sell a lot of higher THCA ones because they can get away with selling a higher percentage marijuana cannabis plant at that point in time than they can with a traditional Delta 9 THC level.
Well, Dylan, and then to follow up, why are there so few growing resources in VA? I know of a few big greenhouses in Virginia that are very nice and very structured. However, the laws have really been hindering the state of Virginia. And that's what I was actually going to open the floor with, because as of January 1, 2024, recreational is now legal in Virginia, but it's not legal.
It's so limited because they haven't put the system out. That cannabis board isn't there. Everything is still lacking.
I have a little bit of an article on it that if I wanted to pull up, but right now the Cannabis Control Authority has no outline for the licensing program and how that's going to work. So even though they've said, hey, it's legal to sort of follow suit to try and like bait constituents along, they're not putting any policies in place for it to continue to move.
It's a lot of placating.
It is.
So I'll ask the question, like, what are they going to do if they have no plan? Like, what is the plan?
It was voted in,
Okay.
what, 3 years ago at this point almost?
2, I do believe.
I think it's 3 almost, but recreational was voted in. And then you had a change in government. So therefore it's been this stall tactic, slow down. But they're trying to appease by saying here, it's kind of like a carrot with a horse.
Right.
You know,
So
You're
even,
dangling that carrot.
even this just posted. So as of January 1, 2024, CCA, marijuana was passed for sales of marijuana was passed. However, the CCA was passed in 2021 under a Democratic governor, Ralph Northam. However, legislation has changed and that needed to be ratified under General Assembly. However, 3 years later, which is where we are today, there is still no structured framework for cannabis retail sales in the Commonwealth. It's basically lofty plans is what I'm seeing get pushed forward, and it doesn't transfer the oversight of Virginia's medical cannabis, and there's a lot of confusion of who's going to control it.
We have a question up here that says, is THCA strictly hemp, or is Delta 9 at the end of something?
At the end of the day.
So
Delta 9 is Delta 9, regardless if it's hemp or if it's freaking marijuana.
it's the exact same molecule, but is THCA Delta 9 or is it hemp or marijuana? It's actually THCA and it's cannabis. I wouldn't lie to you and say, oh, it's hemp, because technically it's grown under a hemp premise. And even people who are licensed to grow recreational and or medical marijuana have stopped growing recreational and medical marijuana to grow hemp. THCA.
The reason
We got to keep doing that.
The
Yeah, we
reason
have to do
it's
that.
called
Funny.
hemp is because of the definition in the Farm Bill that anything that has a 0.3% concentrate or less is deemed hemp. That is the reason, and the meaning of Delta 9. So THCA isn't strictly Delta 9 yet until it becomes decarb. That's why they get away, and we get away with it as we do, selling it as hemp.
Yes.
So
Well, people are loving it. I know that. It's really good stuff. I'm a personal user of it. So and these guys out
I mean,
here.
I've
and not-
decarbed it and made butter out of it. it works just the same way. I was plenty
Right.
toasted
Oh,
off
we
of
have
it.
something.
I think there's a
Christina
clip
said.
from that. Look at an actual
Look at
clip
this.
from
Baked
what,
with Mickey. Here we are.
Yeah. Sorry, everyone.
if you didn't know, she always uses a hammer. Boom.
Yeah, you got to hammer that crap in the
Just-
kitchen, people.
That kitchen hammer is
I
super
mean, that keeps
imperative.
everyone in line. I mean,
You-
tenderized meat.
You guys can check that out. It's on the YouTube
Yeah,
channel.
I mean, once you
you
decarb
like.
it, I made the red velvet cupcakes. I had to make sure I labeled no THC and
They're
THC
delicious.
one. I mean, I have a low tolerance given, but yeah, I was plenty.
These are serious
Bobby.
buds.
Yeah.
So Virginia is still going to be chaos for a while. We don't know how the smoke is going to settle.
Virginia is just Virginia at this point, and we're just rolling.
I mean, I guess
We'd love to help.
I mean, we want to reach out. We have to get in touch with the Cannabis Control Authority, try and make some contacts to see what we can help as an industry to even move forward. I know they want to be very restrictive due to the governor in place. Now I want to transition that because here in Wisconsin, we have a governor that wants to see everything move along.
What just happened to Wisconsin? Can you break it
Well,
down? Big
Oh,
week.
break it
Big
down.
week.
Oh.
Big week.
Big week. So Republicans actually had a bill put together that was supposed to make it to the floor. And our state president blasted it out, said, nope, Chris Kapenga, state senator, but also state president for Senate. Yeah, he came back and his exact quote, the current medical marijuana discussion fails to address the dangers of legalizing a drug with so little conclusive data on its medical benefits and so many concerns about the adverse health effects. More research is needed to address safety issues like impaired driving and cannabis linked to violence. And then references a few states.
Oh my gosh.
But these are also people that we're getting that we don't know what we're doing in the industry, even though.
Well,
Yeah.
if I were in office, I would say, well, let's be the first at it. Let's go after it. Let's be the state to get standard field sobriety testing. Let's work. It's called SFST for law enforcement people. Let's get into that. Let's do that and get something on the books. Let's be the first. Let's be a front runner. Let's do something progressive. The state's already 80, I damn close to 80% for like pro cannabis, regardless be medical and or recreational, right? We're sick of losing revenue. We're sick of all the fines, tying up law enforcement. The governor's pushing for it, and we have certain people in-house, and maybe it has something to do, as even mentioned on Channel 5 today, 17 of 20 drunkest cities in America in 2023 were right here in Wisconsin.
Well, they blame the Tavern League for it. I don't know this, the Tavern League. I feel like we're doing a lot of pointing fingers in Wisconsin of it's them, instead of just listening to what the constituents want, which I still go back to the only way we're going to do anything is through a petition and
Well,
through a ballot
And that's
measure.
That's true because like you look at Senator Kapenga's ratings already, he has like an F rating from his constituent group.
Mm.
Because they don't listen. You're voted into office to listen to your constituents, not to run your own agenda.
Well, and there's a line there. Like I understand that if you have a set guideline and you're trying to keep certain things in order, right? Like we've gotten pretty far left in certain places. Like even look at crime rates that happen out on the West Coast in California and what's not even punishable. You can walk into Target, right? Take $1,000 TV. Ooh, I have another dad joke for you.
Okay. What? I don't know how that got a dad joke out of that.
That's
That's
too
funny.
cannabis, but it's still
Yeah.
the fact that
Yeah,
it's
it's true.
but everybody's too busy afraid to offend everybody. So we're becoming complacent and nobody's getting anywhere. We're just sitting here in this stagnant pool of shit. So to
Nice.
put it delicately.
Nah, right.
Mhm.
Yeah, alcohol prohibition versus cannabis. It's true.
We started, there was a start for H4H. I don't know if you guys remember this, to do the actual scientific studies and give, well, hold on, you break it down better with veterans and actually pushing it as a way to help veterans and do studies with them to see
Even
about all
on
of
the
this.
federal level, they're doing that. Even when it comes to psychedelics, pots. Even I don't understand how we got to there with marijuana, where they're pushing psychedelics ahead of marijuana studies even at this point.
Well, I would
So-
just love for veterans to shout out, first of all, you've served our country, many of them. There's definitely a huge pool of veterans currently either deployed or have been deployed that don't want to be just bumped up, filled with all these zombie prescription medication.
Nobody really wants to be there. You get
There's
stuck
a
there
lot of
and-
there's a lot of people that ride that wave.
but they
and-
get stuck there. They have no other choice.
You
I
look,
feel like.
you look at a civilian who didn't, Morgan Woodruff, changed their whole life by getting off of the prescription medications.
I refused the prescription medications. I found CBD first, and then I started with marijuana while I was living in Colorado because I didn't want to be on 9 different freaking prescription drugs for my knee.
I haven't had that pain yet.
Any of the vets that I have even served with will openly say that we have a lot of friends in our groups that have PTSD and they prefer cannabis over the prescription medication all day. So I don't even know how, like, when I hear a statement like that, and I actually don't know, I don't think he's a veteran at all, but I don't think he's had any friends commit suicide, been blown up, been shot at, even like some of the people within our company that have gone through all of that, to include myself. You have to question, what kind of basis are they basing it off of?
Out of touch with their constituents. Point
Right.
blank, completely out of touch. If you were in touch with your constituents, you would be on a different thing. You would be more empathetic to what other people want.
And it's no bullshit for the people that don't know, if this is your first time watching. The whole premise of even why we got into the hemp industry is because we were sick of the prescription bullshit. We actually want to take care of and help people who have served and defended this country, some not even by choice because they got put on extension or just didn't really think that they were ever going to get deployed into combat. And here we sit in this situation where we've got politicians saying, no, we don't want them to be. At least I would love the VA to step up and say, you know what, because we're a federal entity, we're at least going to take care of our veterans that way and at least make it, because these people have served their country starting from the age of 18 years till many years after that. And there's been a lot of issues with it. And it boils my blood to hear when someone who's never served or has friends in that circle, they're like, well, I read a book or I understand the middle class. No, you don't, you little silver spoon fed fuck. Like, there's no question about it. Like, it's just bullshit. Sorry, I'm
Well, but
getting
if you're going to go back to that, we have the
temperamental
Vietnam
about it.
veterans. A lot of them were drafted and didn't even get a choice. So, and they were actually introduced to cannabis while serving. So.
I simply asked the question because politics not.
Dylan, I 100 or DTG, I'm 100% with you as well.
Yeah, what did he say?
You just gave me 100% on my right.
Oh, okay. We're 100%.
It's like, why are those
Yes.
people there? Then
They say they
don't-
want to take care of these people, instead of taking care of them, even for people of whom work in our company, which you guys know suffer from those ailments. And they walk into the VA and they're instant like, here, why don't you become a zombie, become comatose, not function? Oh, I have a question.
Dylan
Yeah.
preferred bud to ours.
Yes.
I know a
So
lot of
Dylan
people
to
that
be
have been.
booted.
Yeah.
What's
What
that?
is
And-
Other
oh,
than honorable.
Yeah, other than honorable. Yeah. And that's very discouraging that the United States military would give you an other than honorable discharge for actually I won't say his name, but our human resources guy pissed hot in the military.
Yeah.
But you know why he didn't get an other than honorable? Because we were about to deploy. So you know what they did? Dropped him down 2 ranks, cut his pay tremendously, and then still sent his ass overseas for a year.
Wow.
My younger kid's father had an OTH for popping positive for marijuana while in the Navy.
Well, Dylan, when they talk about, by the way, cannabis reform and across the nation, trying to take care of that, I'm hoping the Legion or someone in Veterans Corps will be able to switch that to an honorable, because that should be. If they're going to allow people who have all these other criminal
so many
charges.
years out, I hear they don't change it though.
All right.
If you're so many years out, they won't go back and change the status.
Same.
Yeah.
Red flag for mental.
Yeah. But of course, they just wanted to give you a bunch of prescription medications, which even says don't operate, makes you groggy, probably don't even possess a firearm at that time, but yet they were okay with you taking that. Total bullshit.
Well, that and they get you dependent. You become hooked on either narcotics, benzos, or something else. So.
All right. So other hot topics.
Yes.
Car show number 2. Blake is working on car show number 2 now. Golf outing, also huge.
Yes.
Esports.
Little bit. I know we know it's winter. We know it's cold. We got a little bit of time, but that's all coming.
Esports is coming, or is already here. You're banging away on esports.
Yeah, it's here. I'd like to announce the Mondays are getting a little more structured. Every Monday, 10 a.m. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna be talking to some of the growers at H4H, some of the stuff, and get some of their input and insights. So you guys will be able to hear from the growers of some really good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't even know much about it, so you would know more than me about what we got here.
Some of the other hot topics that we're talking about throwing out, we're going to need some feedback. What do you guys feel about like buds and badges? Like getting cops on, like actual law enforcement people on the show to talk about some of the drug problems in local communities from different regions. We'd like to focus in all the different communities. So we'd hit Pittsburgh, we'd be in Pennsylvania. We'd try and get officers down in Virginia and also down in North Carolina to talk about some of the real drug problems, so we can
The real drug problems.
so we can
The
actually
real
try
ones.
and show people, because certain agencies may or may not want to discuss many things, but so many law enforcement officers are like, weed's not our problem. Weed doesn't make people violent. So when I see comments, and that comes full circle, because if you see two guys or two girls or whatever sit back and they're really stoned, they're not like, hey man, I really want to fight you. Like I want to fight you for that bag of Doritos, like especially me, because my eyes are closed and I'm like, don't fuck with me.
Will
But
eats
if
a
I
lot
want to
of
fight
food.
you, it's going to be like,
Yeah, you'll beat me.
"No,
Right.
mine."
You probably beat me.
Yeah. That's good. So, but we're thinking about trying to get law enforcement on, along with a couple politicians that we're going to try and focus on from different places
We're gonna
across
push
the
hard.
nation.
Push hard in 24.
We're getting really.
We hope to keep seeing you guys. We love the comments. We'll keep responding to them all the time. I think we got another one from Nick. I'll
Yeah.
bet the bud was better for you than the cheapest drug the military could buy too.
It was, because when you look at it, the bud doesn't have all the crazy side effects. Even watch for some of our upcoming commercials. We're really excited. We're going to have some fun with it.
On Channel 5 here locally.
Yeah, it'll be local in Wisconsin.
We'll put it on the
Green
YouTube
Bay.
though. You'll see
But
it.
yeah, it'll be on YouTube. Watch, we're going to start taking some shots. So if any of us end up decapitated and they say it was natural causes, it's because we're taking shots at the FDA.
Definitely the FDA
Oh,
and the
God.
bag of weed that skips through our background.
You always have to have moving bags of weeds
Well, why
just running
not?
around. Why
You-
would you not?
Curveball for the people.
Yeah.
If you guys even noticed, anybody who saw that,
He was so fast. It
say
was,
something.
is he on
That's it.
fire? Is that why his hair is red? Is he a burning bag of fucking weed?
It's all right.
Burning Man.
It's burning, man. Oh my God.
That was
But
funny.
like, follow, share, definitely share some stuff now
Comment,
because
subscribe, all the good stuff. We do this third Thursday every month. Oh yeah, there's an Ashton.
There's an
Official-
Ashton. We
Oh,
have
yeah.
Ashton is officially viral by
Our-
definition.
our
because
first
of his lighter keeper. Mhm.
his lighter keeper.
By definition, here we're gonna show it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
show it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's-
definitely.
I mean,
That
how
is
many
a-
people get their lighters stolen on a regular basis?
It's true. You always lose your lighter.
Speaking of lighters, we have our own branded
we
ones
do have
now.
our own branded lighters in
Yeah.
store.
Should give those out.
Yeah.
Well, get it to some of the people who give, like,
Yeah, like
give
say
some
they,
up.
that Ashton
it-
took their lighter.
Brandon gives
Yeah.
stuff away:
Any-
t-shirts, sweatshirts, lighters.
So anybody who commented tonight, we could do something for. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll do a drawing out of those people.
Yeah,
Okay,
Send out some stuff.
we'll do a drawing. We'll figure something out. Everybody who interacted today, we'll
Yeah,
figure
hopefully you have a
something.
good address because we get a lot of stuff sent back to Brandon.
Why do we
and
get
stuff.
so much shit
I
sent
don't know where you
back?
people
I
are
think we
at,
need
but-
people's real names. I think too.
I think it's got to be, like, of course, private, like contact after.
Yeah.
the
Trivia
show.
night, February 16th at the Fredericksburg location.
Ooh,
Anybody at the
Ooh.
Fredericksburg location,
trivia
Fredericksburg
night.
or
I bet that's a lot
Virginia?
of fun.
I mean, I wasn't invited, but whatever, Fredericksburg.
I
Yeah,
never get to attend all this stuff.
We got to shout out Buds and Brushes is coming up again in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we have at Squirrel Hill location.
Yep, Squirrel Hill location. Enjoy our products
Mm-hmm.
and then sit down, do like a whole canvas event. It is cold outside, but you can step out to the patio, enjoy yourself a little bit more, come back in, continue to work on your art project. Who's the dude with the poofy hair?
Oh,
Bob,
Ross,
Yes,
Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross.
Bob Ross. Damn it. You guys were supposed to be
just
faster
said,
than
I
me.
just said
well,
Bob.
I was making pretty little birds.
Look, I'm still caught up that we have a bag of weed on fire.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, other than that, what should we be looking for up in this upcoming month? We are trying to strategize to help support the movement in Wisconsin. We are trying to look at the movement of what's happening in Virginia. We are also going to work on some expansion. We've got a new Kakana location opening up.
Exit 150 off of 41.
It is
Got
at
right
exit
this time.
150.
We have really good food there too.
Yes.
Right next door.
Home of the,
The
Badger, Burger.
at
Nom,
Badger
nom,
Quick
nom.
Stop.
We
I mean,
big shout out to
Meatballs were really good. I'm just
the meatballs,
Yeah.
the sandwich. That, believe it or not, that truck stop has amazing food. Tom, the owner, takes a ton of pride in the
Yeah.
food that's out there for even the truckers.
I mean,
They've
he's
got-
actually there working. So
he is. He's got cat scales. He's got really good food,
Mhm.
and he's OCD like me. It's one of those stores that you'll find all the labels facing
Mhm.
out. I love it. It's so therapeutic
But
when I
we'll
go
be
in there.
sharing the same space with them at that exit.
It would be a
Yes.
dangerous
Yeah.
place to work next to a dispensary.
Yeah.
Tyler, do we get a sneak peek at any of the questions for the trivia? Or who comes up with them, Tyler?
I mean, who's moderating this?
Yeah, who's the moderator? Oh, Jacob, you're the
Okay.
moderator. on it. Okay, Big J.
All right.
I'd like to see that. But
I know. I'd like
I'd like to be a part of it.
Yeah.
Wisconsin
Do we have any
stores
more
could do something.
politics coming up, Will?
We don't have any politics yet because we're waiting to hear back from several politicians. We've had several decline now. They don't want to go on camera and talk about this. Oh, we've got this one coming up.
Oh,
Our
what is
bar talk.
us? Oh yeah. Oh, we already did
Oh,
this
we did
one.
this one.
Nick with another question. What did Nick say?
What did Nick say?
We can't. We're blind up here.
As cannabis gets legalized more, do you guys think big tobacco will get in the?
Big tobacco.
Big tobacco's already on their way in.
So they've already actually.
What?
They're growing in other countries already, trying to do testing.
They are.
Oh,
Down
Mhm.
South
How
America,
about that?
Central America.
Philip Morris is
Big-
already in the game. They invested, I want to say something crazy, like close to $1 billion in preparation for federal legalization. I think that's a very tough question. Not for us. That's a tough question to see if we allow or how states will allow big companies like that to come in and buy everything out, because it really would monopolize the market. Even what's currently considered large in the cannabis industry is small, like very minute compared to a company like Philip Morris. So it's something, the Batman Man Cave. I love it.
That's because your stupid watch.
I love my watch. This is a great watch.
Is it even on the right time?
Yeah, of course. It's
No,
exactly-
always
don't
at
say of course.
It's always
it's on
420.
CST.
Yeah, like half the time it's not.
It's
It's
always
not.
on 420.
It's-
It's always on.
Yeah, that's my lifestyle.
Batman.
Look at me.
Okay.
I'm just saying you'll never see Batman and myself in the same room at the same time. Let that sink in. Yeah. Well, what about the Easter Bunny?
Same with me and Iron Man.
I
I thought you were
I thought
Jason
you were
Momoa.
Aquaman.
Oh,
Come on, crowd. Tell me he does not look like Jason Momoa, right? He's the Wish version of Jason
Oh.
Momoa.
We
Yeah.
won't even go into
If you ever see that commercial where Jason Momoa takes his arms off and he becomes this small guy, that's me.
Hey, Nikki, I got attacked by a group of dwarfs. Not happy.
Oh,
Happy wasn't there.
She
Rest
got
of
it right
them
away,
are?
though. See, Blake didn't get that one right
that's
away.
funny.
Well,
Throwing a dad joke. I'm Brad,
Oh
and he's
my
like, damn it.
gosh.
But other than that, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for waiting.
Yeah. thanks for tuning
There's
in.
really so
I've-
much that's about to happen.
There's a lot going to happen right here, right now.
Not right here, right now, but
Oh, we're really
there's
excited.
like, follow, share,
I thought
subscribe.
something was going to happen right here, right now.
No, we need.
If
to
you
do-
wait until the end and anybody comments on this, what's about to happen? That'd be funny.
it would be funny. So
I
All right.
urge you to wait till the very end of the show.
just watch to the very end. We're trying to, the
It's kind of like the
outtakes.
blooper reel after a really funny movie,
All right,
Just
you
to the
guys have a
very end.
kick-ass week. Be safe. We're gonna try and keep you updated on other
Read
hot topics.
responsibly.
And next time we're going to see you at 6 p.m. CST,
6
7
p.m.
p.m. East Coast time.
Tune in for more fun.
Indeed. Thank you guys. We're just here now.
What is happening?
It's over. We were
What is
wrapping it up.
happening?
We're still here.
We're
We're still here.
We're
I don't even
always
know
We're
what's
here.
going
still
on.
sitting it.